Yo, everybody. We are about to hop into this matchup. I appreciate everyone joining in. Welcome into the Critical Ops Embers of Victory tournament, the semifinals. We got over here, and we are excited. I got my homie over here, Jake, with me. What's up, Jake? How you doing today?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to hopping into these matches here. I want to give you guys a quick rundown of the Embers of Victory tournament. So the Embers of Victory tournament is essentially two mini tournaments running at the same time. The NA and South American regions, as well as the Europe and Asia region. So today we're doing the EU and Asia regions. Last week we focused on the NA-SA region. You can check out those matches from the semifinals that are uploaded here as video on demand on the YouTube channel. Excited to hop into the matches here for EU and Asia. The prize pool is going to consist of $500 or $1,200. 500 is going to go to the winning team on the NA-SA bracket, and 500 to the winning team on the EU Asia bracket, and $100 for the second breaking team on each bracket. In addition to that, there's going to be Mobley Sports emblems and Mobley Sports credits, 40,000 in-game credits split amongst the winners, and G Fuel products. And with that being said, I think we are good to start here.
We should be momentarily. Teams are just doing their last minute tune-ups, checkups, making sure everything is above board, of course. But we appreciate you tuning in and joining us today. Folks, who do you think is going to take this W? Let us know. Is it going to be Endurance or is it going to be Amplified on this first map bureau of this best of three semifinals? Let us know, and maybe give us a round count. We'd love to know what your thoughts are on that. And we may even, get a poll running soon, and you can vote on that. But without further ado, these two teams are almost ready to go. I'll go ahead and show you guys just to know that we're not capping over here. Just final tune-ups on their end. You see here, they're here ready to go. And should be starting momentarily. Meanwhile, let's take a quick look at the bracket. And we will see that right there, folks. Interestingly enough, I don't know what that is right there. There we go. Perfect. So it's a fairly long-winded bracket that you can see right there. I'll let that speak for itself, going down left side and right side. But ultimately, we're going to be having our two matches today, which is, of course, coming up very shortly. We have Amplified, EU, and Endurance, and a little bit later on, we will also have another matchup, like I mentioned. We will have Reynas versus Eternity, and that will be coming up after this matchup, folks. Alrighty, Knife and Round has finished, or rather is, I believe. Yeah, okay. All right, we are hopping into this one, folks. We have Endurance versus Amplified, semis. So A is the bomb site of choice. I think, yeah, okay, so we have three people pushing up inside of A right now. Full throttle. Nothing much except for a trade going down. Bombs down on A. No one's looking towards the back. It's interesting. No one's heads on a swivel. We got a Japan taking one and then Sunday taking another. This is now a two versus two. Trades coming in. Bomb is down on A. CTs are trying to get this last person over here. Then another trade effective comes in. Gets tagged. And Japan gets the final frag for the final defuse to come through. Japan with a nice little 3K right there. Putting his team up on the board. Getting that first round win. Well played. Well played. Interesting. Alrighty, folks, there you go. So you have the... Oh, I see. All right, so you have the ability to vote now on how, or rather whom you think would take the W, Amplified or Endurance. Go ahead and vote on that in the poll for the chat. Some smokes coming in. Nothing too much, just some util being used as I say that. Rocky and Crew trying to get a trade that does come through. This is now a 3 versus 4. T's have the advantage, but Bomb is actually nowhere near sight. It's I think they're hitting just straight up mid over here. Oh, Morningstar, Mr. Lucifer taking 2 big boys out there. And then gets immediately traded. The P9 coming in clutch, just hosing him down right there. 2 versus 2. A minute left in this round. Bomb is down, but not where you want it to be. Luster taking out Yozuro right there. Nicely placed. Bursts. 2v1. CTs have the man advantage. Luster is low HP though at 39. Holding an angle over here. Trying to get the enemy to walk into it. Deagle is the weapon of choice for Social, but Sunday with that hold. Well played. Well played. 2 rounds now. Holy moly. So this is where they tend to start to flip flip that on its head. The round's on its head and maybe get one more round, but probably going to, go to the 2-1.
Yeah, typically it's you usually see the first 3 rounds go into the first 2 rounds after the pistol round go into the team who won the pistol round. So 3rd round usually going to go over here to the CTs, but we'll see. Sunny's going to open it up, finding a Social, doubling up there, getting Reckles as well. Finally going to get dropped there by Kaz, but Morningstar's here to follow up, preventing him from pushing farther up into Tree Hallway. 2 have been dropped here on the T side. 1 has been dropped here on the CT side. T seem to be still favoring B. Bomb has actually been dropped. That's an unfortunate situation there for the T's. It's going to be very hard to reclaim that bomb. They have to push in there right here in Orange Hall to get that. Was it X-Op?
Yeah.
I'm going to call him X-Op.
Zop. I don't know.
I think it's just X. I think X sounds
We'll just
way
go with
more
X.
badass.
Yeah, we'll just go with
X sounds way more badass. X going to get dropped there by Luster standing on top of the trash can.
X gonna give it to you.
That's exactly what I was thinking, man. But unfortunately, he didn't get it given to him.
Nope.
He got it given to him.
Yeah.
Yuzuro finding Morningstar pushing in here. 1 CT player left alive. What looked like it was going to be a CT round has quickly changed in favor of the T's. They'll be able to plant this bomb, getting a little extra cash into their accounts. And this does look like a round win, which will be huge for them. Now, Japan is rocking the shotgun coming around the corner here, which can be a fantastic weapon to utilize here inside these vents. And I don't think the sniper rifle was the best option there. Maybe trying to push around, get a different angle on him with the shotgun. I don't know. He had plenty of time to work with. Bomb had just been planted. You still got about 23, 24 seconds to work with.
Lots of erasure usage already early on. I think from both sides, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe just the T side. I'm not sure.
I think it was just the T's that pulled it out. T's winning that round, though, big deal. Getting some extra cash invested into their accounts should help them tie this scoreboard up. Seems like some of these players have decided on the CT side to play more of an eco round. A Social going to open it up, finding Morningstar. X has once again drawn out the ratio. Grenades going in here. Ooh, nice little drop shot from a Social, missing all of his shots, though. Oh, did you see Sunday pop out right there?
Crispy. Oh, the frag!
Japan slowly peeking around the corner, looking B long. Not going to find you. Zero sitting there. 50 seconds here on the clock. 1 versus 2. Rocky coming around the corner and doubling up with that SG. The headshot there next. And your Zero getting dropped right after him. 3-1. CTs have retaken their lead back up to 2.
Taking a quick little peek at the scoreboard. We got Sunday at 5-3 and Japan at 4-3 respectively, trickling down ever so slightly, more or less the same, just frag or 2 here difference. A Social 4-4, Kaz at 4-4 as well, and basically the same story. The only difference is 3-1 right now. CTs are taking this nicely, and that's a 3K, 4K,
oh my
3K.
Gosh. Get the camera, Mom. Luster with a 3K. Yuzuro getting the headshot landed on him. It's the last T player they're trying to chase down here. My God, how many shots does it take to drop him? Finally, Rocky is going to find him. Not before Social was able to get a kill on Japan, though.
That's nuts. That is nuts. That was it. An opening frag, and then 3 from Lust, I think. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
It was 3, yeah.
Yeah. Holy moly.
Early on, but Amplified EU is looking great here.
Indeed, looking very, very hot. And let's see if they can keep the hot and heavy coming over here as we have a smoke coming in. Nothing.
It's time to go A. Oh my lord.
All right, the devil's over here. The devil's over here. We got him. Banana gets a 3. All right, homie just got a 3-piece. Banana. Yozuru does indeed find a frag of his own. This is now a 4 versus 2. Player count is not in favor of the T's. This is going to have to be a very, very well played out round if you are a fan of Endurance, because, you know, they have the bomb, but that's about it. They don't have the player advantage. They don't have the map advantage. They have some time going in their favor, but time can dwindle down very quickly or even be a detriment in some cases.
Yep, 100%.
Trying to see if there's anybody over here towards A. Slowly making their way as Yozuru is trying to get that bomb down, and X has his back right there. Interesting. He was about to plant wide in the open. Opts the plant a little closer to... Oh, he spotted somebody over here behind him. X knows that there's someone behind him. He's trying to wait him out just to see if he can walk into this crosshair, and that's exactly what happens. Morningstar takes the cold temperature challenge there. It falls to the ground and is not coming back. Yozuru has one, and there he goes. Gets a 2-player now. 2-2, rather. 2-1. As Sunday gets an immediate trade. Now this is a 1 versus 1. Bomb is down. Yozuru only has to delay, and unfortunately Japan should be able to get the... Is he defusing? Is he defusing? Oh, here he is. All right. Yozuru, Japan, rather. That looked a little interesting from my perspective over here. I wasn't quite certain what was going on, but Japan getting that final frag as well as defuse coming through with almost no time left. Well played by both teams, but ultimately Sunday and Amplified are able to get that round win. 5-1 is their lead against Endurance. Whew. This man X gonna give it to you, because of course Luster just found out the hard way. Oh, the timing. I just switched off a person. 2v2, minute 20 left in this round. Rocky at 23 HP, Sunday full HP. X is actually at 12 HP as well. So basically this is more or less the same situation for both teams. The only difference is, of course, one's T and one's CT, but in terms of HP and Kev, they're the same more or less. Gonna come down to their util as well as how they opt to play around this B-bomb site, or if they opt to rotate towards the A. They definitely do have time, and that's exactly what they're going to do right now, trying to push through. But look at that.
Oh, he choked.
The chokes are real, folks. The chokes are real. Bombs down. X gets caught lacking right there. This is now a 1 versus 1. Rocky has the disadvantage ever so slightly because of his HP and well positioning, because it didn't matter because Kaz says, hey,
were you watching Kaz, man?
Where you going, homie? What you doing?
He snuck up right behind me. He hesitated I felt like an eternity, but for about just a second.
Jeez. That would have been an interesting round if he was able to, if he went around at 13 HP and was able to get that frag and defuse. That would have been nuts. But Kaz had, you know, the foresight to play it a little bit differently, and ultimately came out with that round win. Oh, he got nipped in the toes right there, down to 52 HP. Kaz trying to peek this ever so casually, but opts to back up as Morningstar. It's just so funny to me, the ragdoll effect. Just like you see a teammate, especially when they get shotgun in the face, like right in front of you. That just happened. A social doing the dirty, or getting done the dirty rather. 5-2 round count. Looking like this is gonna be a bomb site to take. All right, Luster has something else to say about it. Homie G is going off right now. Let's take a look at Luster as he gets a 2-piece right there and ultimately stops that push entirely. And this should be all she wrote, folks, for this round, as Kaz is left in a 1 versus 5. 52 HP in as I say that. Morningstar comes up and cleans him up. Amplified up 6-2. Round count over Endurance.
Amplified looks like they're going to take this round. I know they have the CT advantage, but I don't know. I say that, but then I always think CT is not going to make that big of a difference. But then you have a team flip to the CT side, and it makes all the difference in the world.
Oh.
Multiple shots being fired. T's quickly pushing in here towards this A side. It's going to be A server side. I'm finally glad they're going over here towards A. They've pushed that B site way too much. I think that's part of the reason they lost so many rounds. Morty's starting to open up for his team, but down Rifles on the ground. X pop finally going to put him down on the ground. Doubled up there, the Deagle in hand. It seems like the bomb's about to be planted. This looks like it'll be a round going here in favor to the T's. Kaz able to pick out the SG. Oh man, that sniper shot on Sunday there. And it pretty much is just guaranteed the W here for the T's here in the final round before the flip. Japan knows the sitch and no point in saving, but looks like he's just going to try to stay alive here, maybe pick up a couple kills. Doesn't want to get dropped here on stream. Wants to just go into the flip alive. I get it. It's a good strat potentially.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Doesn't matter when you got a U ratio staring down at you. No strat will help you there if you don't miss that first headshot. Or rather, if you do miss that first headshot, is what I was referring to. 6-3. Round count still in favor of Amplified as the CT's Endurance can, form some sort of maybe comeback here. It's still fairly early on in the match, so you can't say too much. First half is still happening, but purely because of the way it's going, CTs of course almost always have a slight advantage, as Jake would say, in most maps. But it doesn't matter because Crew over here, that's 4 down.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I just realized I said it was about to flip. I don't know. I'm sorry. I was doing math wrong in my head. Sorry.
It's okay. It's the weekend. We all take a breather.
No kidding, man.
Yeah. You know what though? I will suggest one quick thing right after this round, and actually it'll be right now, folks. As 7-3 round count, Amplified take another up another notch. But what I was gonna say, Jake, is I suggest you go take a quick little chug of your favorite G Fuel flavor.
Man, I just did that.
Awesome. There you go, Jake and Crew over here. Thank you very much for tuning in, fellas and gals. Please consider using our code esportsmobile for 10% off your order at gfuel.com. That will save you 10% and give us a little bit of a kickback to help out, as well as bring better tournaments, bigger prize pools, and more as well. Getting back into this one. It is now, I believe, an A-site push, if I'm not mistaken. That doesn't matter. Japan says, hey, what are you doing over here? I'm in the smoke. You can't really see me. Why you pushed me? Trades are coming down. 3 versus 3. Minute 20 left in this round. Yozuro gets Sunday. And like I mentioned, 3 versus 3. Bomb is down on B, which is the bomb site of choice, of course. And let's see who had the 9 HP. X has 9 HP and a U ratio. Not exactly the optimal thing to have if you are in the situation, except if you're holding long lines of sights, which is exactly what X is doing over here. He does indeed whiff that first one, whiff the second one, as the player does indeed shoulder check it. Japan 1v2, and it doesn't matter. Social relying on his teammate to hold that angle, and Japan did not know what was going on there. U ratio and, well, AR work at play. Teamwork, of course. Amplified. 7 rounds in their favor. Endurance have 4.
All right, now this is the last round before the flip, right? Math, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, second grade. Yeah, Miss Cindy wasn't a big fan of me in second grade math class. Anyways, with that being said, a Social's going to open up now the Morningstar. X is trying to give it to somebody over by the server side, but he's going to decide to back on out of there, drop some smoke, and head over to the bomb site with his homies here through Tree Hall. A Social popping in, not seeing anybody towards B site. Finally spots somebody back with the monitors, and Sunday and Luster, where did they come from? Dropping both Kaz and a Social to the ground, preventing the bomb site from being taken. You're Zero now, like, what the hell? He's going to throw a frag grenade in there, but he knows there's still somebody in there trying to push him, but his teammates are trying to clear it out. X is going to find him. Ruckles drops him out of the ground, and they should be able to plant this bomb and take the round. Japan is the last man left alive here. Deagle in hand. Going to maybe creep up. Vince? Nope. Decide not to. 0. Oh, man.
Oh. Might get one.
0 cash to work with.
That's rough. That's right. If you have a
Zero just read
deagle,
him like a book, man.
if you have a deagle in that situation, unless it's like the flip, which of course is now, but unless it's like flip, you probably opt to save most times. Like it's a 3v1, bombs down.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You have a deagle.
There was no reason to at that
like,
point. Yeah.
Obviously it's a flip, so it's a different story. But
All right, so we got the flip. I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but maybe it will. We'll see. I mean, the T's began to, or now the CTs, endurance began to come alive a little bit there towards the end of the game. Open it up here. Quick trades going down here. Tree Hall. Here's Zoro look around to see if anybody's hiding in the corners. Not gonna be surprised by him. No jump scares. Freddy. Rocky put it down X, and the bomb now being planted over here towards the A site. 3v3 here on the body count board. Reichels peeking down CT Hall now, moving down here quite aggressively. Teammate moving in towards the A set as well. Going to get dropped there by Luster. Reichels maybe playing a little recklessly here. Needs to wait for his other teammate.
Ooh.
Oh, just peeks around the corner, and Sunday makes him pay, hitting him with a nice ray of sun. Your Zoro, the remaining CT player left alive here. And Rocky drops some pistol round, going once again in favor of Amplified. That's some nice cash being invested into their accounts early on here. That's going to allow them to buy the SA-58s and the utilities they need to take the next round.
of course, folks, proper util usage is incredibly important in critical ops. As a mobile FPS tactical shooter, you have to be able to use your utility effectively and not just spam it, because if you just spam it, yeah, you may win a round or two, but if your opponents even half know what they're doing, that's not going to work very long. So proper util usage and communication are, well, a must in this matchup. Oh my goodness. Yasuo picks up one as they are trying to hit up that B site. Bomb is down. They only have one player left. It doesn't matter because the Deagles are coming in clutch. Kaz gets a 3K. Before that, Japan takes him out, and a social finishing it off right there. 6-8. That was an incredible round with some trades going down. Endurance, 6 rounds. Amplified, 8. Whew.
And that Deagle action gets me excited.
I know, for real.
Yeah. Little voice crack in there too.
That was nuts though, and that's the stuff that you're gonna get at mobile esports, right? Critical ops and mobile esports. It's the only place you're gonna get it, folks. Stay tuned for more action. We are coming up with more tournaments as well as more awesome streams only on mobile esports.
Oh man, X. Normally, I criticize the airship being pulled out, but X has earned the right not to be criticized by me, as he is continuing to hit shots, no problem with it. Maybe it is the CT side, man.
Maybe. I mean, it's sliding towards that way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, as I always say, the CGs always have a slight advantage, but it just looked like the team coordination was better on the side of Amplified, but I guess not. Or maybe the team communication is better. It's just the CG side is just way too overpowering. I don't know. We're gonna find out here. There's still plenty of time left here in this match number 1. Man, Kaz just saw that player creeping up and decided to put the smoke down on the ground. Love the new smoke animation. Bomb side of choice is A here. Bomb carrier is about to push out. Actually looking back here, making sure nobody pops out of control room, going for the backstab. It's Sunday and Luster taking their time moving up. Luster watching his control room, and Sunday is taking the banana route. Seems like they're going to rotate back around here towards... Oh, good call. I don't know if they knew or not, but you have X right here, CT Hall, rocking the Eurasia looking down there. If they had peeked around the corner, that would have been a little bit of an unfortunate situation for those T's. 43 seconds on the clock to work with. Plenty of time here. They got to be careful, though. Don't want to get too comfortable.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if you caught that, Jake.
I was going back
That
and
was
forth between it. I didn't
nuts.
catch it, of course, because I switched away. I mean, at FPS time, I
That
swear.
was nuts.
I don't know if they knew he was down there or not, and that's why they rotated around, but it definitely helped them. Sunny gonna find Reckles here. Fragment going over the top of Luster's head, but Kaz somehow still pops him and drops him, man. Pop at his top like soda pop. And X coming in from the rear and put him down, Sunday. It's 8-8, all tied up here.
I'm still like, my head's still spinning because of that last snipe. Like, it's it's not the snipe, it's just the timing of it. It's the timing. It's like you were saying, Jake. It's just like FPS timing or COPS timing, because it's literally as soon as you look away or you go and do something else, bam, you're dead. It's literally that exact second. Yeah, it's nuts.
Maybe it's a lesson on patience there. Well, somebody's not patient. It's Kaz coming in there and just taking it down, Sunday, and a social without any problems.
That's a clean wipe. That was nuts. 9-8. These CTs, yeah, it might just be the CT side. If you can, it's just however you can get that CT side and get those round wins, you gotta pile them on and use that as much as you can. That way later on you can just survive on your skill alone and hope that your mental fortitude and team coordination, communication will be able to get you to that win. Because otherwise, it's basically your map to lose at that point. Especially if you get...
That's definitely what it seems like. It's like every single time, especially on Bureau, the last two matches I've casted, I've watched, it's like as soon as the team is trailing on the T side, they're struggling on the T side, the team that's started on the CT side looks great, and the flip comes in, and it's like two different teams now. Two totally different teams. It's interesting to see. Rocky finding Reckles there, bomb slowly ticking down. Amplified, trying to tie it back up here, but it's definitely going to be difficult as your Zero comes from behind and dropping down Rocky. Plenty of time to defuse that bomb. And the CTs have taken the lead up to 2 now. Is this the first time they've led? I think it is. Yeah, it is the first time they've led.
I believe so. Yeah, it is, because they started off, was it trailing 1-2, yeah, it was like 6-3, 7-4. I think they went in 8-4 trailing at the half, if I'm not mistaken. And then they flipped, and of course now they're in the lead. Yeah. And it's not just like a slight lead, like it's 2 rounds, but if you look at the frags, 17 and 11 for X, Asocial 16 and 13, whereas Sun is at 15 and 13, Luster 13 and 12. So fairly good amount of frags in between the 2 top frags for each team respectively, and the round count is reflective of that. And of course, it's not always said and done, but it's an indication. And this
Morningstar popped around the corner, blind fired, connected multiple shots, then didn't believe he connected multiple shots, stopped firing, and popped around the corner and got dropped.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, Kaz has a mean angle right there, but ultimately going to lose his life to the hands of Japan. Amplified still trying to hold on here. 10-9. Endurance still leading by 1 here, and it seems like they have the endurance to take it to the end of this round, taking it all the way to match point.
Keep on chugging along there as Endurance is doing their best, like Jake mentioned, to keep going and try and get this next round.
Plenty of cash.
Yeah, they got. Oh, yeah, they do. They do.
Oh man, X opening up once again. I mean, again, this guy has earned the right for no criticism for me for pulling out the ratio constantly. Like he hits every single shot.
Yep.
Oh, watch this radio. Boom, there's another one. Finding Luster.
All right.
Oh, he's a peep back around the corner. Frag grenade coming in. He doesn't care if a frag grenade rolls in between his legs. He doesn't matter. He's got balls of steel. Thinking about popping back around the corner. Aim down sight. Kaz finding Rocky. Only 2 players on the line here now on the T side. X move up a little bit. Feeling a little more aggressive.
I gotta keep my eyes on.
Pop in a control room. Teammate Reckles finding Japan, and it's all gonna be up to Sunday there. Nothing he can do. Doesn't have balls of steel. Gets kicked there by Kaz. It's 11-9. 2-round lead has been given back here.
I love the way that X is playing with the ratio with the sniper, because In
That's how
most
you play it.
cases, exactly. In most cases, when we see people play with the U ratio or the sniper, we see them play very aggressively or very defensively, right? The extremes of two, right? And even if let's say they get some frags, their positioning is very exposed to the point that they get maybe one frag and that's it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Then what? Or you're left in a situation where
you throw a $4,000 sniper rifle and put
you're
your
left
team
in a situation where there's no point. You get maybe a frag, that's it. But X, he's literally holding down an entire site with that. So even if it doesn't make a difference in terms of getting frags, they know that he's there. They're scared to push it. That means you can play the map 30,000 different ways. Obviously not exactly 30, but you know what I mean.
Well, all you have to do, you hit those first couple shots on the bomb site, and now you're living rent-free in this team's head because they're like, oh my gosh, I peek around the corner here, I know the sniper's here, he's gonna hit me. Now you start playing differently. You shift the whole mental dynamic. It's huge. And you just forced Luster, or Luster was like, I'm gonna pull out a sniper rifle and see what I can do with it. Did absolutely nothing with it. Spent 4,000 cash on it. Now his team is going to match point. They're way low on cash. Probably gonna lose this one. If you'd saved the 4,000 cash, maybe bought an AUG or an AK-47, you might have something more to work with here.
Just about anything other than
utilizing the
what he
sniper rifle
bought.
fantastically.
Oh, that's 4. That's done. Nope. GG's Endurance coming back hard after that flip, and Amplified had no real response. Endurance taking that map 13-9 over Amplified. Well played. GG's both teams. Of course, this is a best of 3, folks, so stay tuned for this next match that is coming up very, very shortly. We do appreciate you tuning in. We'll go ahead and leave some of the team stats on there for just a little bit. But chat, let us know who you think is going to take this Ultimate Series W. I can see on the poll right now, if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. But on the YouTube poll, Amplified EU has a 53% selection rate. So 53% of y'all who have voted think that Amplified EU will be taking this Ultimate W in the series best of 3 semis of the Embers of Victory Critical Ops tournament, brought to you by Mobile Esports, G Fuel Energy, as well as Critical Force.
Man, you gotta do something about X coming into map number 2. What is map number 2?
Map number 2 is going to be Plaza. And map number 3, if it so comes to it, will be Grounded. So Bureau was just the map that we were on. Plaza coming up next, and then Grounded is the possible 3rd map.
And Plaza can be a bloodbath.
It can. It really can.
I mean,
sorry to cut you off.
No, you got. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off either. But I'm saying between the frag grenades you can use on the CT side, just stack them. X pulls out a sniper rifle, or maybe he decides to go with an HK. After what I just saw in map number 1 there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Endurance is going to win, but I think I'm favoring them a little bit now coming into this. Knock on wood, not trying to jinx anybody, but could be a bloodbath here for Amplified. We'll see. Chat, let us know your predictions down in the comment section down below. Yeah, so that's right. This match between Amplified and Endurance is not this is live, everything going on live for this one, but the next round, Eternity versus, is it Reginas?
I believe it's Reynas, if I'm not mistaken. The pronunciation escapes me. I think it's Reynas.
Spelling and grammar.
Yes.
Reynas, hopefully we're not mispronouncing that, was played earlier today and has been recorded, and Crosby and I are going to cast it after this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the poll changed. It's gone up 1% now. So Amplified had it at 53. Oh, as I say that, it literally went up to 54 and then 53. So we got some people voting or changing their vote. Actually, can you change your vote in the YouTube?
I don't think you can change your vote.
Huh.
Yeah, you can't. So after you voted, you voted.
Well, there you go. Locked
Just
in
more
your
people
vote.
coming in, and maybe haven't voted yet, wanted to see how map number 1 was going to go.
Indeed. Probably how it played out.
That's what I would say.
Match number 2 coming up shortly, folks. We do appreciate y'all just tuning in and giving us a couple minutes for this match to get underway. I know you guys want to get into the match, and I do as well, and I know Jake does too. but we gotta just give them a few minutes to get everything going and get the recordings going, because of course we have to make sure everything is above board, nothing fishy going on. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but we will get into the next matchup very shortly. Next map, rather, in this best of 3 Critical Ops Embers of Victory tournament semifinals. With that being said,
it's a semifinals match,
yeah.
so people are going to take a little more time to come into the game. They got a little more time. We give them a little more time before there's any having to worry about being disqualified. I think it's like 15 minutes or whatever for the teams to come in and start recording everything before we start messaging people and say, hey, where are you? So people might be recharging the device, taking a little break, getting a sock to rub down their screen, whatever the case may be. Just got to give them a couple minutes. So again, we're going to get going as quickly as possible. If we could get it going right now, we would, but just got to be a little wait as the players slowly trickle in here.
Yes, indeed. And of course, roster changes are not allowed, but you may use a sub if they are on the roster and everything is good to go. So go ahead if you so choose to. And if you're using somebody who's not on the roster, well then that's a can't do that. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Yeah. So, but yeah, we should be ready to go in the next couple of minutes, folks. We really do appreciate y'all tuning in and being patient. If y'all don't know, or if you just want a quick reminder, I got something cool for y'all. If you haven't seen, well, here it is. The Critical Ops King of the Arena Season 4 is open. Go ahead and sign up, register. Very, very simple. You can follow the instructions on mobileesport.org and find the King of the Arena Season 4 article. Or you can also simply go to the Mobile Esports Discord that you can find in the description below and go ahead and use the bot. It's very, very simple. You will not miss it. Go ahead, Critical Ops, King of the Arena, Season 4, sign up, register, and we'll see you there, folks. I can't wait for this to come up and for us to cast it. Jake and I, we are super excited. King of the Arena, Season 4, Critical Ops. Gonna be a fun time. If you guys don't know, actually, King of the Arena, leaderboard style. So it's not in the traditional sense of a tournament where you play through a bracket. It's a leaderboard style. So as many points as you can. Yes, sir, Jake. As many points as you can get, as many matches as you can get, and at the end of it all, well, you get the most points, taking away that fat W. Next match is
like Maddie B raps.
I think isn't he a YouTuber or something?
Yeah, he was like OG, man. He was a little kid years and years and years ago. I don't even know what he does now. I have never had anybody say I look like Maddie B.
That's a new. I used to get Joker a lot.
Yeah, I know. You used to get Joker a lot. He actually, what does he do still?
I think he's still streaming. Good for him. I think he bought a house recently, if I'm not mistaken, which is very cool for him.
Dang, OG, man.
Yeah. OG. All right, folks. Match is set to start very soon. Again, appreciate it. Meanwhile, I'd like to let you know that we got something really cool going on. And of course, y'all know about King of the Arena 4. But sometimes, you get a little tired during the day, or you just need a little bit of a boost. And I'm not saying it's a thing that you can or that you have to do, but you can use G Fuel as a pre-workout. It helps. It depends on, your style if you do use a pre-workout, but people have used it, myself included. And if you're interested, go ahead, go to gfuel.com, select some stuff, maybe a hat tub, shaker, energy crystals, or anything else in between. Even the hydration formula help you get some electrolytes back into your body after a hard, strenuous workout, or after a hard gaming session and you need a little bit of a boost. Go ahead and use that code esportsmobile for 10% off your order at gfuel.com. That does help us out over here at Mobile Esports, and in turn, we are working on bigger, better tournaments and as well as more frequent. So go ahead, consider using our code at checkout at gfuel.com. That code again is esportsmobile. Right now you get 10% off your order. Our code does go up to 30% off and sometimes even 40% off. So go ahead and, if you don't want to wait, go ahead, use our code esportsmobile. We'll save you 10% off right now. But if you are trying to get a little bit more of a discount, then by all means, save that money, that hard-earned money for when we have a bigger discount code. Nonetheless, we really do appreciate it. And we will be right back after just a little quick break. If you're looking for some G Fuel, maybe a hat, tub, shaker, energy crystals, or anything in between, please make sure to go check out gfuel.com for their great assortment. All you got to do is add something to your cart, make sure that it's something that you want to give it a try or something that you've already had, check out. Then fill in some of these details right here. Some of them are, of course, our code esportsmobile for 10% off anything and everything on gfuel.com. That code again is esportsmobile. In this case, you get 30% off. Use your payment method of choice. Go ahead and follow the on-screen prompts, and there you go. That's it. That's all you got to do to complete your G Fuel order. Make sure you use our code esportsmobile for 10% off. In this case, 30% off your order. Thank you very much. Take it easy. Peace, please. Alrighty, folks, appreciate you tuning in once again. Like I mentioned, like Jake mentioned as well, we are waiting for these two teams to be fully ready, and we are almost there. I appreciate it, and I know Jake does as well. Your patience, and we will get this underway as soon as possible. It'll just take a little bit of time, but hey, we're here, we're ready, and teams are almost there. Taking a quick look at the bracket, folks. As you can see, both teams have had a hard-fought battle. I'll leave it there for you to look just for a little bit longer, and then we can go to the team stats because, of course, stats are a great thing to have. The more stats, the better. And sometimes, well, most of the time, I'll give stats credit. Most of the time, the stats will never lie to you. And of course, sometimes there are the intangible things that a player or players bring to the team that stats don't necessarily reflect. But either way, that's the bracket for y'all. Endurance and Amplified are in our matchup right now. Map number 2 coming up soon, folks. But here are the stats. So as you can see coming up over here, we have a fairly, I don't want to say one-sided, but the stats kind of favor Amplified, specifically for the KDA and the matches won. That being said, Endurance has played, or rather has won 9 matches, and Amplified only has 3 wins, right? So I think the amount of matches played favors Endurance purely because of the amount, right? You play more, your stats kind of tend to get diluted, right? Even if the other players are great. your
bound to happen.
stats, yeah, your stats got diluted. It's just how stats are,
Yeah,
right?
bad game.
Yeah, but they're still relative. Like both
Mhm.
teams are still relative to each other. It's not as if it's like a, 15 wins, 0 losses, 15 wins, 1 loss, or anything of the sort. It's still fairly within the ballpark. And as we've seen, well, both teams do have the capability of taking a map win. Whether or not that is going to favor Amplified or Endurance will have to come down to the map as well as the specific rounds, because you can have the best rounds in the world for the first half, and as we saw, or very very similar to the best rounds in the world, right? As we saw, it didn't much matter because Amplified saw that win in sight, and Endurance said, hey, that's ours, and took map number 1 in a very very nicely fashioned reverse sweep. But map number 2 may be different. We'll have to wait and see. I'll leave those stats on just a little bit longer so you can check those out. Map number 2 coming up very shortly. Again, thank you for waiting and tuning in, folks, for this Critical Ops Embers of Victory semifinals, brought to you by G Fuel Energy Formula, Mobile Esports, and Critical Force. And of course, Jake, aka Suddy, and myself, Crosby or Kryptonite.
Yo, folks, what is going on? Almost here. And time to go. Almost ready to go.
Yup.
One more player needing to join, and we will be good to go here. As you all can see here. Let us know your predictions down in the comment section down below. Endurance is currently leading this series 1-0. Let us know your predictions. Will it be Endurance taking map number 2 and going ahead and moving on to the finals, or are we going to see Amplified come back and take us to map number 3? Curious to see what your thoughts are. Let us know in the comment section down below. And again, we should be live here in just a minute. Seems like there's the final player has already joined. Yep, Zoro is in here. I guess he's just finishing recording, so it looks like we're about to reset and get this show on the road. So probably just about a minute 30.
Poll has changed, but it hasn't really changed. It's at 54, so it's like still within margin because it's 53, 54. That's what it's been. It's been flip flopping like that since the beginning. But
It's very consistent though. Oh, I just put a 55%.
now 50. Yep, there you look at that, Jake. Like that's one more person has voted in favor of Amplified.
Yeah,
as
I guess
we
there are a couple
speak.
People, yeah.
Can we get it to 56%, or can we get it to 54?
I wouldn't call it necessarily an upset if it's 55, 45%. If it's, I don't know, 65, 35%, I could see that being an upset.
Yeah, that's
but like I said, it's not close enough to be margin of error, but it's definitely close. It's not.
Yeah.
Knifing round coming in.
Knifing. Oh, turtling. Look at this. Look at this. All right. This round's going to be over in like 4 seconds. Just as soon as one starts, the swipes are going to come in.
Yeah, it's like it's a blender, man.
Yep.
There's T's all set up over here. Looks like I don't know, the CT's are gonna jump in first. If the T's gonna go first, looks like the CT's getting a little impatient here. It's starting to go. Oh, T's trying first, going in. Morningstar gonna drop it. Not counts on a pack. Oh, J Rocky still alive. Regal doubling up there. He's going for the third, and it's the CT's taking the W there in the knife round.
Oh, baby, it's
That's something you normally see. 3Ks, man. 3K. There it is. 3K in a knife round. You don't normally see that.
No, you don't. You don't. Especially when they're in succession like that. 3 easy succession kills. Yeah. Alrighty, folks. Map number 2, Plaza Endurance versus Amplified, underway as we get into this first round. Oh, they're going full aggressive right now. Full aggro. Nothing but
like
just
it, man.
Just keep going that thumbstick.
Oh, flashbangs mean. It's a weird move there to expose yourself there like that.
Yeah.
Just totally exposing his back. Got a little too excited there. CT's taking that round. Mr. Rocky 2 and 1. Japan in there getting a kill as well as the rest of the team except for Sunday. CT's taking that W here. Pistol round should have the cash they need to go ahead and put a little more pressure here on the T's. Statistically speaking, you usually see the next 2 rounds going to the team that won the pistol round before the team that lost. Oh my gosh, is this Japan there with the flick?
No, I missed it. But what I didn't miss
mean eagle shot
is all these frags going in on the CT side of things. Amplified looking mighty fine right now in this round number 2. Bop. The shotgun coming in clutch right there as Kaz gets 2, making this a lot more manageable. 1v2. I think never mind. I was gonna say he's gonna opt to pick up a different weapon, but that is not the case. SMG on the ground says no. I'm good. I'm good in the hit over here as Rocky and Luster both try and just wait this out as the bomb is down. They have a Luster does not have the HP though. He's at 8. Rocky at 38, and homie G over here, Kaz 73, should be coming into an altercation any moment now as Kaz is inching back towards these A steps, trying to push ever so slightly to grab that bomb, and Kaz takes out Luster, and Rocky, knowing what he has to do is just chill, wait for the bomb plant, and hope that the enemy pushes him. Get a line of sight. Did he get a line of sight? So no time. So Kaz knows he has to go push. And Rocky with the superior positioning takes down Kaz. And this is now 2-0. Amplified are now up over Endurance.
Like a little deja vu here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Ooh, instant trades coming in right there. One more gets put down. That's courtesy of Kaz. X gets put down as well. It's now a 2 versus 2 as a whole slew of kills are coming in. And as I say that, Lucifer Morningstar coming in with that nice dink to the face. 3-0 for Amplified over Endurance. Yes, indeed. So the overlays, it takes a second. It takes about a minute because of the delay. Of course, we have on the stream to make sure that everything is on the up and up. No cheating going on. No stream peeking, none of that stuff. So the overlays are correct. It just takes a second for it to update in the actual stream, folks.
Pulling out the ratio now. Oh. Maybe he didn't get flashed. Not sure if he did or not.
He hit him.
Did you see that shot?
He hit him.
Unbelievable.
I
And he had to
did.
hit his like pinky finger to get that kill.
The social would have been there, but
If I got hit by the
oh yeah,
sniper rifle of pinky finger, I'd be like, yeah, I'm done.
I'm done. See ya. I'm gone.
And there it is, man. I swear it's round number 4. It's like magic.
Yep. It's like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
Cash situation for both teams relatively similar. For actually, as I say that, CTs are a little bit down on cash. Nobody really has more than like 1,000, or rather 2,000, somewhere around that mark, maybe a little bit less. Whereas the T's having, well, the money to buy full buy basically, and then some. All right, Rocky. You just play that, how shall I put this? Very ungentlemanly, like, coming up, pushing up with that shoddy trading out, though. This is now a 4 versus 4, minute 18 left in the round. Bomb is down. So I don't know what the intent was there, in all honesty. Pushing up, leaving the bomb at the back, and then getting a frag. Maybe just that first blood, but it doesn't matter because X gonna give it to 1, give it to 2, no, misses that second. Quick scope, but that is A-okay, gets away with his life, but at 3 HP, at the cost of 3 HP, so that's not great. Morningstar says, hey, what you doing looking over there? I'm over here. Takes out Kaz as he's hippity hopping over towards his side. Morningstar and Sunday left in a 2 versus 2 versus X and Reckless. Reckless and X both at extremely low HP. 16 between the two. Planning bomb is, of course, what's going on right now on the A-bomb side. He's planning towards the left side. So he's going to be playing these steps, and one player... Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You got to get this frag. You have to get this frag. Unless they flood you, you have... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, unless they flood you and they push you both at the same time, you just got to get the first initial frag and play out the time. That's all you had to do. But unfortunately for him, Sunday and crew had a different story and pushed him both at the same time. Amplified putting yet another round on the board. That is a 4th round for Amplified over Endurance's 1 round. Quick peek at the scoreboard, folks. Morningstar 6-3, Reckless 8-4. Fairly similar towards the bottom of the leaderboard, the scoreboard, except for Yazura. Yazura still at a donut, 0 and 4. He is still in the agency, has not graduated, so Bond will be still tutoring him. Still be tutoring him. What is English, right? Morningstar and Lester.
So much there on X.
Is he gonna give it to him? Was that it?
No, he got to give it to him, actually. The quarter missed a quick scope. Reckles hanging here. Teammates about to push here towards his A site, but Yuzuru with the bomb has been hanging back here in T-spawn. It looks like he's finally coming up here through cross, but seems like he's going to go mid. Actually might be a B-side push now. Reckles even up the body count board, getting the headshot there on Sunday. Yuzuru about to pop up here through mid. Thought he was faking me out once again. Really playing the clock here. You got Rocky inside of A site, and you have two players over here towards B. It's Japan over here, the elbow. And Morningstar actually hanging more towards mid here, is favoring the A site and just gets the angle there on Reckles. It's all up here to Yuzuru, who has moved around here. A long is going to get that shot over there towards A.
He's graduated.
Yep, he's graduated.
He's got no time. He has.
I love the court.
Oh, what are you doing? Morningstar, what are you doing?
Bomb has been planted.
Is Japan going to be able to bail him out?
Oh, he knows where he's at. He saw him. He jumped over. He hasn't a ton to reload. Oh, man.
Yasro,
Wow,
clutching up.
what a play.
Clutching up. That was, in my opinion, that was Morningstar's round to lose right there. All he had to do was wait, because the plant had to come through. And if it didn't come through, then that opened up a possibility for his teammate to come in. Right? You gotta wait for your teammate or play the time. He did the third option, which is, he chose the third option, which is peek and die and lose the round. So, you know, I mean, well played on Yasuru, though. Well played. Bro, I don't understand. Why are they just pushing? Like, why are the CTs... Never mind. I was going to say, why are the CTs just constantly pushing? But I guess that's why, to get the trades. But it's like, you should still... obviously go for map control, or a certain amount of map control within that that first little scurry to the point. Well, 4-3 now. 4-3, 7th round, 4-3. Amplified taking this ever so slightly by 1 point over Endurance, but like I was saying, go for that first little bit of space or map that you can take. But after that, you really got to decide on whether or not you're going to be aggressive, or if you're going to be a little bit more passive on the CT side of things, because the T is obviously, they have to push, right? So if you end up overextending or over pushing, even if you get a frag, that may not really be in your favor. So you gotta opt to switch it up and not always play the same thing, because if they know that you're going to push this constantly, right? Or the odds are you're going to be pushing them, then they'll 5-stack you, right? And trades don't always help.
X playing aggressive for the sniper rifle, pushing up towards A. Bomb coming in right behind him. He's about to... Ooh, just missed that shot. He's been missing a couple shots last couple rounds. Morningstar popping in, gotta find X. Quickly eliminated by Reckles though, and Sunday catches Reckles with his pants down, prevents him from planting the bomb. Also finding a social there, double up the P90, switches out for the SG. He needs to pop that reload though. Unfortunately for him, Yuzuru coming in from behind is gonna drop him. It's 4-4, all tied up here. Yuzuru really coming in clutch for ENC the last couple rounds.
Indeed.
I believe this round is going to be paused. It has been requested. Yuzuru has an FPS issue. I'm waiting to see the confirmation on that.
Really quickly, until we get confirmation on any sort of pause. So for that break, we don't really see much useful usage out of that U ratio in X's hands, because of the fact that He was holding a line of sight. He missed a shot. Fair enough. Okay, you tried. It didn't work out. Your teammates are pushing you, or rather pushing with you. Why are you pulling out your pistol and securing that frag if your teammates are literally with you? You should be holding that angle through the door. And because he wasn't, that player was able to get a frag, I believe maybe 2 or 3 after that, right? So you left that door wide open. And well, Kaz saw Rocky there. His backside was wide open as well. Gets him with a nicely placed backstab right there with the hatchet. But yeah, like I was saying, you can't do that. You got to think a little bit more ahead, not just for the frag.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I totally agree. I saw it. You know, pull out a pistol, going for the kill. I guess that's your first reaction, though.
See, if you were alone, okay, maybe, but you had your entire team.
Yeah.
So that's where the rub is, right? If you're opting, and this is from what I've seen, a different way of playing the ratio for this map. Maybe put it away, right? First map, beautiful. Bureau, excellent play. Both Jake and I, we saw the usage from the sniper that we have always asked for, basically, and we rarely see. And this time around on this map, that one blunder, as I call it, doesn't necessarily capture the entirety of what's going on, but it helps illustrate the point that Jake and I try and make time and time again. Don't buy a sniper and play the way that X did for that round.
Yep.
Right? It's long story short, try and pick your weapons a little bit more carefully.
Yeah, he's pushing here once again with the team. Here, shots over on his right side. X gonna decide to back out. I think that was a fantastic decision there on his part to go ahead and back out, reposition that sniper rifle, and wait for the CTs to get a little more aggressive and show their faces. No need to push in and try to be the quick scoping hero. Let him come to you. Then you can quick scope him. X once again slowly pushing up your teammate in hand. Misses that shot. Just hesitated for a split second.
Yep.
Yeah, at that point, you had 3 players. You got triangled in there and dropped. Well played. I gotta say, though, I mean, Amplified over here on the CT side really hasn't utilized the grenades as much as they probably should have. You're really close here, potentially going into flip 6-6, maybe 7-5. Well, I mean, so do you go to the flip Endurance now as a CT side, and do they just abuse those grenades? Or is there kind of a gentleman's agreement not to stack grenades? I don't know. Like the truck deck from MC4, it's like you didn't do it.
Yeah, unless you're Ivanobi.
Yeah, oh yeah. A social opening up here, grabbing a headshot there on Japan. It's X following up with a frag grenade. 2 men already down here on the CT side, and bomb is just dropped in T spawn. Don't know if they're going to go back and pick it up or if they're just playing for frags here. Reckles finding Morningstar. They can just play for frags. They don't need to plant that bomb at all. It looks like they have this one in the bag. Rocky is going to open up for his team, but quickly it's eliminated by Reckles there. It's Sunday left alone on the A site. Next finishes off the sniper rifle, and we are seeing the lead taken for the first time here in map number 2 by Endurance. Looking at the cash here for the CTs, yeah, they got plenty to work with.
Yeah.
Last round here, they could tie this up 6-6, or we could go into the flip with them being down. You're down on the CT side, going to the flip. Ooh. We're looking forward to seeing X on the CT side. Definitely likes the U ratio. Don't see him pulling down an HK, but can rock the U ratio. Overlooking into T spawn from those mid stairs there could be mean.
It's an interesting playstyle that, well, not interesting. I'd rather say different than from what I've seen in EU. Typically, especially for this map, I've seen a lot of B site usage in the sense of they're retaking site, so they're giving up initially or giving up most of it, and then trying to retake it. Whereas right off the rip, you had 2 players for the CTs just push up really aggressively and not find anything, but it doesn't matter because Sunday does indeed find something there, and that's a nickel on the ground, and he takes it and takes it down with him. But Rocky with the 3K coming in clutch as he gets traded up. Morningstar 1 versus 3 is Yasuo, and it doesn't matter because Morningstar says, hey, what's this you got over there? This is mine, and takes that round from him. 6-6, all tied up, both teams. Well played as we go into the flip, folks. Again, we see the aggressive B push from the defensive side. It's not super aggressive, but you have more players on site.
Oh my lord. MR96 headshots. No problem for X. Finally gets dropped by Japan, preventing any more damage being done to his team, but damage has been done enough. Only 2 alive here on the T side now. And it looks like Endurance will be taking the first round here on the flip. Ooh, mean shot there by Kaz. It's all up to Morningstar here. I don't care how bright you are, you're not going to be able to get this.
Coalition wins.
Man, if you are Endurance, you have to be feeling good. You're leading 1-0 in this series. You are really honing Amplified on the T side of this map. They were leading. It looked like they were going to go into the flip. I don't know, 8-4 maybe? No, we tied it up. Now we're leading after the pistol round. You got the cash advantage. Again, I don't know if there's a gentleman's agreement not to stack grenades, but if they start stacking grenades, ooh. I'm hearing some grenades go off. I don't know. Maybe it's not a gentleman's agreement.
Oh
we'll see. So
my
we're gonna
God.
open it up here.
A social. The shotgun usage on this map is crazy. I love it though. I love it. 2. That's 2. And he gets tagged 2 with that frag grenade.
You know, that's what I love about cops is that depending on the map, you want to choose a different weapon.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes, you can use the same weapon on every single map, but it actually benefits you more from being a little bit more careful with your weapon choices for each map. And there's so many competitive games out there where you can just get away by using the VMP or the S, whatever the most popular gun is.
Specific
in the
weapon,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Social getting away with those frags, ultimately getting tagged all the way to 1 HP, but it doesn't matter. His team helps him out, secures that win, and Endurance leading right now by 2 rounds with their 8. And I mean, Amplified looking, I don't want to say as if they're looking a little off, but they're definitely not playing right off the rip how they did before. In the sense of they're playing a little bit more aggressive, and it's still hurting them in the long run. Whereas before they were playing aggressively and able to, get those trades in effectively and make that outcome in their favor. It probably because of the CT side flip, but we'll see. Yeah, look, that's what I'm referring to. They're very aggressive in certain instances, but even if they try, they get maybe just 1 player, and that's it. The trades are coming through eventually, but then now the other team, or the CTs know where they are, and they're playing accordingly. So ultimately, those frags do almost nothing. As I say that, Luster gets a nasty flick right there on X, but it's like those frags don't mean much. Right? They make your job harder in the long run. So you can play on that. It's 100% way to play, and it works out for them. But it doesn't mean it was the right call, the right play, right? But hey, it worked. 8-7 round count. Endurance maybe maybe able to do something here, but it's getting close. It's getting quite close, folks.
Amplified's holding on here, but I don't know if it's looking like there's a gentleman's agreement. We're not stacking grenades, but they did, man. I think the CTs would just easily take this.
Yeah.
Trying to find X right now. X is positioned up here, top of cross, with the FP6 in hand. Luster's going to open it up, finding his social. favoring this B side here. Morningstar throwing a frag back over there towards elbow and has taken position of the apartment. Jumping out here, not seeing too much opposition. Actually, any opposition from the CTs just yet.
Way. Sorry to cut you off, Jake, but
No,
there are
you're good.
2 players there and they push a shotgun. Why? Why, man? Please explain that to me. What's the thought process? Yeah, what's the thought? Like, all right, I'm done.
I don't know. Dude, I don't know. It's also, the accelerating ramp on the highways for accelerating, not parking, and
Yeah.
most people just park on it.
Ooh, Kaz almost able to get
All
that
tied up
frag
here.
though. Yeah.
Little lead that had been created, obliterated. All tied up once again, amplified, staying alive here, keeping themselves nice and amped. Endurance maybe getting a little tired. Maybe needing some G Fuel. You can use code esports mobile at checkout to save yourself some change, that is, on whatever you're purchasing on gfuel.com. Makes a great holiday gift, or maybe just a great restock for you. Whatever the case may be, code esports mobile has you covered at checkout.
Yes, sir. And check out this smoke placement that they're trying to fire right through, as of course, a lot of players treat a smoke as a wall, so they don't push it. But it doesn't mean it's a very strong wall. It's usually a paper thin wall, and that's exactly how they're treating it. Just ever so slightly inching forward. And look at that. There's a gap in the smoke. There's another gap in the smoke here, but it doesn't matter. The trash cans got it covered, so they're able to finesse their way up towards the apps here, and they get 1 frag. Trying to get another, and that is 3 players alive for the CTs, and or rather, now it's a 3v3. Sunday says, hey, a double kill in my favor. Why, I don't mind if I do. And I don't know where that actually came from, but it's all right. Japan over here getting a frag, and then we have Sunday getting another frag over here as Amplified gets, and another round 9-8 Amplified. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. It's literally just out of left field. Reminds me of the Fairly Odd Parents. The Dimsdale, or was it Doug Dimmadome, Dimmadome, something like that. Every time I hear it, I'm like,
Never
Dimsdale,
watched
Dimmadome. No, it's as a kid's show, it's just fantastic.
It was from my era, man. I remember it being on, but I never watched it.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
They don't make them like they do today, man.
Shotguns.
Speaking of that, though, Morningstar just let it a nice shot of Reckles as he walks up. He just walked up, shot the shotgun, and just stood there for a second. Then tried to jump back. Maybe, I guess he just didn't really have time. Was just like, okay, it's over. 3v3 here on the body count board. Deagles in the hands of Kaz and Yuzuro.
That's not it. Oh. X almost able to get that second, but unfortunately for him, gets tapped right in the face with that 1 tap. 2v2.
I mean, watching Yuzuro come in from behind here with the SA-58 in hand can easily get these kills. Teammate
both
baiting
there.
out Japan there. They know where this guy's at. He picks up the SA-58. He threw out.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
Just goes to the round. I guess he was trying to pick the SG, but couldn't.
It doesn't matter. You pick up a gun that you can get in that situation. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, man. SA-58.
Mistap or something? I don't know.
I don't know what that meant. Yeah, maybe it was a mistap. Oh, he just disconnected it. Maybe he's, I don't know, maybe having internet issues. I'm not sure what that was. So unfortunate. That was really their round.
Yeah.
But he literally blocked, because he was trying to pick that gun up again, he blocked his teammate's view. Of course, not on purpose. He's just trying to get a gun back in his hand. And then as he picks the gun up, the CT player, the CT player peeks around the corner.
Oh, my X. All right, let me see. Let me see if he's gonna give it more. Give it to him anymore. And wow, 2 frags to his name, 73 HP. It doesn't move, doesn't flinch. Oh, gets the 3rd with that insanely timed, or rather reaction time. It's 2v2, doesn't matter. X's hard work has gone down the drain ever so slightly, as Japan is just running through these people right now, just running and tapping them in the face. Kaz says, hey, Rocky, what are you doing there, homie? Your teammate just died. You peek it again? Kaz, Japan, 1v1 altercation in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Kaz takes out Japan. makes it 1 round apiece, rather, away from tying it all up 10 apiece. Endurance, enduring the hardship that was the 2-round deficit. Are they going to be able to procure themselves another round win? We'll have to wait and see, folks, as we go into this next round. I don't think I see any shotguns this time around, which
Yeah, I was scrolling through, I didn't see it. Just X with his sniper
I'm a little
over here.
sad,
dropping
low
an
key.
A.
But yeah, X with his U ratio in hands. Like, there are a lot of players that just want to use a sniper or want to use a certain gun, and they're not exactly the greatest with it. But I think I'll go ahead and say it. Maybe you have a difference of opinion, Jake, but I think X is probably one of the better, if not possibly, arguably the best sniper that we've seen. Not just in skill, but like the way he utilizes the sniper, right? Like right now, you're holding exactly what you should hold with the sniper. A long line of sight. Doesn't have to be narrow, but that's a narrow line of sight as well. That's long, right?
Yep,
Ops
totally.
to get a little bit of a different sight, but ultimately,
I think it's going to come in clutch for him. If
Yeah.
Morningstar peeks here, you think he's just about to come around the corner. He's going to pay for it.
Bah.
X pops him. And good move here. Again, X moving back up. He's not trying to be a hero. He's not trying to get the clip for the stream and do a 360 no scope. He moves back in the bomb site and is going to allow his teammate to try to get the kill here. Unfortunately for him, though, Reckles makes a reckless play and gets dropped by Rocky. But X, your zero there. That was X. It's your zero popping down with the AUG. Again, letting his teammate do the work he really shouldn't be doing with the U ratio.
correct, exactly. Like, you can't play every round perfectly. That's a given, right? You can do your best and do your best with the information that's given. And like I mentioned, like we said, from what we've seen, X's U ratio sniping, like it's just phenomenal. Ooh, Morningstar unloading that deagle towards the elbow side of B. I don't know if you saw this person on B right now, though. Tries to let them know that, hey, I got bomb. I'm gonna drop it back. Gets a wall. I was gonna say, there we go. There's the shot that comes through. It's in the air. This man's walking on. Oh, I was gonna say walking on water. Well, we all know who this man is right now. He's Mr. Lucifer Morningstar, and able to get the bomb down, walk on water as well. And this is now a 2 versus 2 bomb down on B. Luster and Morningstar. Luster gets a frag, and Luster gets another frag as he turns and burns Yozuro. Yozuro not able to do anything there. 11 rounds now amplified, having their name to 10 rounds for Endurance. Endurance maybe running out of steam. Maybe not. We'll wait and see. Fire in the hole. I really do like how both these teams, for the most part, they're playing each round differently. It maybe not a super big difference, but for the most part, it's not the same thing. And you'd think we wouldn't have to say that, but sometimes teams get in their mindset, for whatever reason, their mindset is, hey, we do the same thing more or less every single round. And just try and break it, brute force it. It just doesn't work out that way.
You have to figure out which site X is on, and then kind of go to the other one.
Yeah, see, you gotta play around whatever is on the board, and in this case, you got a U ratio staring down at you, so you can either do a numerous amount of things, pull out one yourself, play differently around it, maybe go to a different site, try and bait a shot out to know where that person is. Rotate to a different side, like push that. Like it's a multitude of things, but if you have that information, it really does help.
Yep. You see Luster here. He has a
I
ratio in hand, but he's moving around so much. Again, it's like, why? You know, is it really the gun you want here? Why not a AUG or SG? You know, just for the role he's playing.
Yep. Fantastic shots
this is
from
nice
him
right here. This is nice, but could you hold this with an HK? Yes, you could hold that with an HK. You
Right,
need a couple
should.
more shots with the HK, sure, but you can hold this angle with an HK and be way more mobile. Now, Kaz, low HP, he's not gonna. I think he's just gonna go ahead and let this bomb go off, try to save.
Yeah.
Looking like they're a little lower on cash here on the CT side. So in this situation, sure, it worked out, but it's what 1 out of 10 times it works out like it just did.
Exit frags, Kaz.
No, I think he's too low on HP. And he's just is not. He's gonna play smart there and not throw away that
Yeah.
not throw away that SG.
Yep.
It's gonna be difficult for them to make the W, but it's possible. But they're gonna have to play perfectly here, and the thing that's really gonna be working against them here is gonna be cash. I'm just going through. They're trying to divvy everything up as evenly as possible. I don't know if X has pulled out the ratio or not.
Let me see over here. Nope.
Yeah, he's opting to use the AUG. I'm surprised no HK.
Indeed, folks.
Reckles opening up, finding Morningstar. X slowly creeping up here. Watching his top of cross. The social has his market locked down here towards B. Luster has pulled out the sniper rifle. Nice shot there.
It's fantastic. Like, just play differently every time.
Yeah, it is. It sounds like we're fanboying over him, but it's just he's just playing great.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal gameplay.
Yeah,
from both sides, but we're just highlighting the fact that X
he's thinking a lot.
He's using his big brain, and he's not just sticking to one thing that worked. Oh, because it worked, it's the right thing to do. No, no, not necessarily, right?
I'm so guilty of it, just getting into a little bit of a pattern.
Same.
And I think sometimes playing pubs and even some ranked matches, your skill overcompensates for that. But you have to switch it up in these competitive matches, like where the teams are so close in skill, the players are so close in skill. You can't just do that.
Correct. Yeah. So at this high level of critical ops, essentially what it comes down to is the mental, right? Because the aim, the movement, for the most part, is on par with every team, right? It's just the mental. That's what really sets players and teams apart. And it doesn't come overnight. You have to build that, right?
Shout out to Reckles here. Look at this play. Okay, so Rocky's left alive. They have to find him. But what they've done here is Reckles picked up that Euratio and was watching an angle. He's picked the Euratio up for his teammate, X. So he's going to be able to throw X to Euratio here, who's going to be able to throw him his SG.
Look at that.
Beautiful play. It's just the little subtleties of the teamwork that I love. And Reckles, okay, I've picked this Euratio up now. I need to hold this corner. I can't play aggressively with it. I'm going to let my teammates go find... who was last one alive?
Don't recall.
Rocky was the last one alive. Let my teammates go find Rocky. I'm going to save this ratio and give it to my teammate X, who can actually use this gun and help us win. Love that, man. Really, I do. I'm really enjoying watching Endurance play here. With that being said, though, it's once again match point here for Amplified, but it is still anybody's game, really. Obviously, you got to give a little bit of favor here.
Oh, Reckless!
Reckles played a little recklessly, but it pays off for him, man, as he skids around the corner and gets a 4K now. Unbelievable, Mom. Get the camera. You can get the ace here. It's Sunday left alive in A-Long. He's not even moving. He's holding those milk crates tight.
Give him the ace. Give him the ace.
I wanted to get the ace, man. I wanted to so bad. He deserves it. X with the sniper rifle in hand. I have a feeling he's going to take that ace away from me. He doesn't. Oh, I thought he had him.
Nipping at his heels.
Oh, he's got to be careful. SF8's mean, man. Flashbang going down there, and X just misses the shot. Reckles does it, man.
Shooting the body. Oh my
he
goodness.
Deserved his match point here. Amplified had this in the bag, man. I was like, this is 12 to 10. You can't. 32 and 16. I just realized that. He's 32 and 16.
He dropped a 30 bomb.
He's got a 2 KD. And I had to do some quick maths. Yeah, it's 2 KD. Yeah.
Quick maths.
Yeah, quick maths. Yeah, it is 2 KD. I was thinking, no, he's at 34. No, that's 17.
That's nuts.
It is nuts. What an incredible... This is one of the, best matches I've casted in forever.
100%.
It's been a while. I know last tournament we said that, but I think this one I forget what map it was and what the teams were playing, but there's one that was just so close and was excellent. But this has really been enjoyable to watch. Just the little variations, the subtleties in the game, and the team coordination by Endurance has really allowed them to endure this entire match and get to this point where it looks like they have the momentum going into it. They've recovered their cash. 2 rounds ago, they were just trying to figure out who was going to have what gun to play with and divvying up the cash accordingly, just so
Yeah.
everybody wasn't walking into the game in a really difficult spot. A little bit of grenades have been bought to go ahead and throw out here. Reichel's is going to throw one in here towards a blue apartment. Team's really taking their time, and I love what they're doing here on the CT side, is they're going to have to force the Ts to push. They're not overextending on the CT side. They have the clock for them. They can sit here. Nobody can die, and the CTs win this. Japan, what the heck?
Oh my
All of that being said,
goodness.
just like wiped there. Wow.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Endurance. Unfortunately for them,
What just happened?
not able to pull out the W for them. Amplified though, did the deed. They did the
Wow.
deed. Wow. Well played, getting that final nail in the coffin win right there. 13-12 over Endurance. Series all tied up right now, folks, at 1-1, of course, in this best of 3 semifinal series brought to you by Mobile Esports, G Fuel Energy Formula, as well as Critical Force. Of course, folks, you're watching Critical Ops, the Embers of Victory semifinals. This is for the EU Asia side of things, and Jake, I think I prefer casting this side of the globe just a little bit
Dude,
more.
no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. I mean, I haven't seen the neither of us have really seen the recordings from the next round coming up. But I mean, if this is anything to look forward to, the next series is gonna be crazy as well.
100%, I agree. I can't wait. GG's.
Crazy.
Wait for third map. Yeah, third map, folks. Go ahead and put those stats on the board as well. Third map will be, of course, grounded. So we played Bureau, Plaza, and now going to a final decisive map number 3, which will be grounded, folks. I'll leave that there for y'all to see. That last match was fan-freaking-tastic. Like Jake mentioned, I think it's probably the best, if not one of the best, at the very least recently. But
Yeah,
it's
100%.
definitely up there.
That was a crazy match to watch. I can see by the chat's reaction, they're thinking the same exact thing. Damn is right, man. That was just
Damn.
insane.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to number 3.
Same.
It's one of those things that after you have a map 2 like that, sometimes map number 3 gets lopsided. I hope it doesn't. We are going to grounded, so it's not like a weird map like I don't want to say port and raid or weird maps, but they're just different from how a lot of the other maps flow and play. They're good maps. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they're bad maps. I'm just saying they are a little different, a little weird. So you're going to grounded, very popular map, very popular competitive map. I'm looking forward to seeing both of these teams playing it. It should be very, very interesting. X with the sniper rifle. I'm looking forward to seeing that brought out. Luster, I keep seeing trying. Luster, shout at him. He's actually here in the chat. He's the best baiter. He keeps trying to pull out the sniper rifle to ratio. I would like to see him pull it out again a couple times. See if he can get his groove with it. If not, drop it. But he's tried to pull it out a couple times. If you pull it out a little sooner before it gets towards the end of the match, you're not having to worry about losing a couple rounds, and that could be whether you move on to the finals or not. If you can get your groove with it, maybe you can go ahead and compete with X. We'll see.
Indeed. Competing is a very tough thing to do when your head's not on straight. So like we were saying earlier, it depends on how your head's on, right? If your teammates and communication, if all of that is there, like we saw, Jake pointed out, the ratio save, the difference, or not the difference, rather the swapping in weaponry, all of that. If you can get to that communication level and keep going, keep building on that, then your team can go places, right? It's not always going to be smooth as silk. Of course, nothing is always like that, but it can definitely help out. If you are doing the basic if you are building the basic foundation, right? The building blocks for a positive and well played out round early on, it can definitely help, because those are good habits that you're going to keep building upon, right? And if you keep doing that, then of course, for the most part, you're going to get those round wins. And some teams might find a chink in the armor, right? Good old hole that they're going to exploit. But for the most part, that's the way it is, and that's the way you can build up your skill, your communication, right? The whole shebang. Slowly and steadily.
Yep.
Doing it correctly.
Looking forward to map 3. It's going to be a good one. We'll see. Man, it looked like at one point Amplified was going to win with kind of a commanding lead, and then it tightened up. Looked like Endurance was going to.
Yeah.
And then Amplified was 12-10. Match point should have been pretty easy after that. Then 2 rounds quickly won by Endurance. It's close is the point. I mean, it's 13-12. Can't get closer than that. I'm hoping map number 3 is going to be close. Like I said, sometimes you have those close map number 2s, it ties up, and then you go into map number 3, and it's just totally lopsided. But both these teams playing on similar servers, close servers, so there's not a big ping difference. Sometimes that's what happens in those map number 3s, why you have a lopsided map number 3 like that. So I don't know. I'm hoping we're going to have a close game again here for map number 3. Players joining. Don't know if they'll be making any subs. Probably not. I didn't see any problems with any players there in that game.
No individuals. Yeah, it was mostly just a team thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, usually you can tell that. It's like, okay, this guy needs to be subbed out. He's just having a bad day. Yeah, there really wasn't any of that. Maybe just some again, those small little tweaks, playing more with your head than rather just going into repetition. Changing how you're playing up a little bit. If you're depending on what gun you're using, utilize its strengths and be aware of its weaknesses and use those strengths to your advantage. You can't play close quarters with a sniper rifle.
Yeah. You make it a fluke no scope or quick scope or whatever it may be, but you're getting pushed.
Those are great.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Right. And then now they have one.
Yeah, exactly. And now they have one. You're down a man already on your team. You wasted $4,000 for your team. I know that's a big difference right there between 4,000 and 400,000. But yeah, as we talked about before, I can't talk today. As we've talked about before, your cash is your team's cash. So when you're spending $4,000 in a sniper rifle and you're just gonna drop it on the ground, not if you get a kill with it, is that really the best utilization of your team's cash?
Correct. Yeah.
You want that longer range weapon, SA-58 or the HK. I know I say it a lot. HK, I love the HK. That HK can work at long ranges, and you're not spending as much on it, and you get more mobility points out of it. It's a win-win.
We love win-wins, don't we?
I love win-wins. You know what else is a win-win?
What is that?
Code Esports Mobile. It is a win. Actually, it's like a win-win-win. You get the amazing product that is G Fuel. It's a great gift you can give to somebody in your life. You know, coming up in the holidays, the 3-packs make great stocking stuffers. The shakers are interesting to wrap. I have wrapped a shaker before. You can do some cool things with it. Shaker in a tub, stack on top of each other. Looks pretty cool under the tree. Or you can just get it for yourself. And by using that code Esports Mobile, you save yourself some cash at checkout. It's a win-win-win. You use code Esports Mobile at checkout, no matter what you're purchasing. Shaker, tub, merch, energy crystals, and save yourselves some cash. It's a win-win-win.
Yes, sir. All right, so we got a comment saying needs more teamwork, less bait. Well, you see, yes, overall, usually less baiting is better. That being said, it's an effective way, because if you can get that first trade, then you are leaving your team with that player advantage, right? If you can get that first frag, rather. So it depends on how you want to play the round, but in the general sense of baiting a player, yes, typically you don't want to do that. That being said, if you bait them smart, you know, in a better, more intelligent fashion, sure, go ahead. It just depends on how you want to play. So, for example, let's say for example, there's a teammate on. Okay, let's say this. It's a scenario. One's pushing A, doesn't matter which site or which map. You have 3 players on your team that are pushing, let's say A side, right? And the other team has 2 players that are on the A site, right? And you are all 3 there pushing up. But you know that there's one player that's flanking or one player that's off site. Do you opt to A, push the A site with your 3-2 player advantage, or B, rotate and maybe potentially get that player that was on the flank or that's on a different site, and now you have the bomb there. It's one of those things you have to decide what is more beneficial, because if you end up getting those trades, let's say you go in and at the absolute worst case scenario, you're now left in a 1 versus 1 scenario, right? Because you get those trades are coming in, and then ultimately you are still the last player alive, but now there's somebody else that's off-site and you have no idea where they could potentially be. All you know is they're off-site. That's a 1 versus 1, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you were to go and rotate to the other side, right, get that last person that's on that side or the site or whatever it may be, then you can maybe work it out a little bit differently. It just depends on how you want to play it and in the moment, because you can't just huddle up and be like, hey, give me a second, let me think, right? And it just depends. It really does depend on how good your mental game is, because like we've mentioned, at this point, at this skill level, your relative dexterity, reaction time, and just overall gun skill, for the most part, weapon skill, is roughly the same as everybody else's. Some players, of course, are those superstar breakout players that just have some nutty flicks or just insane game sense, but of course those are a few and far between. So you have to play by the average, right? And then if you have someone who's above average, then play around that, all right? Just adapt. Anyway, long story short, you gotta get your head on straight and do what you gotta do in game to get that W, of course, folks.
Yes, sir.
And map number 3 coming up, grounded in this best of 3 Embers of Victory tournament. Just waiting on a couple players to come on in so we can get this match number 3 started, folks. Really do appreciate your time and patience. And of course, use that code esportsmobile for 10% off your order at gfuel.com. Appreciate the kind words, folks. Thank you very much. Those do warm our hearts, especially in this winter time. But we will have this match for you shortly. Again, appreciate your time and apologies for the wait. These teams are almost ready to go. We will start as soon as possible. Trust us, we want to go, and we know you want to go live as well with this matchup. Just got to wait a little bit longer, and we'll get this match going. Thank you. Alrighty, folks, just waiting on 2 players right now. I'll go ahead and switch on over just to see, or rather just to show y'all that we are just waiting on 2 players to start this final and decisive map number 3. Like I said before, we really do genuinely appreciate your patience. Just waiting on these players to get everything sorted out correctly. Some players have to, re-record and make sure that everything is good and ready to go. Map number 3 coming up shortly. Hello, folks. We are back. This is, of course, the knife round. We are just in the middle of it. 1 versus 1 for the knife round. Shank. Mother Trucker. Shank, says Mr. Lucifer Morningstar right there. And, well, we're going into this next matchup right now. Or rather, final round. Let's see who can get this W first. Series all tied up 1-1. Final map, like I mentioned, grounded. Endurance versus Amplified. Winner will move on to the finals.
See what happens. T's being able to enter the A side without too much contestment from the other team. Contesting. A social. Finding a kill on Sunday. Rocky decides to duck on out of there before getting dropped. Player coming from his right side. Down to 27 HP, and Reckles stabs him in the back. Difficult spot to be in. User landing a shot there on Luster. And the remaining player here is Japan. That bomb will be planted. Ooh, actually, it doesn't get planted. User is going to drop Japan there. 1-0 here. T's. Starting out strong. Endurance. Looking like they're refreshed and ready to push.
Jazro with a nice 2-0 and Reckless as well. Starting off hot for the side of Endurance. And now, I think, so the first round's almost always like just like a full run, right? Full sprint. And then after it's like, all right, let's chill for a second.
Yeah. Whoa. SA-58, man, it is that's another fantastic weapon.
Yup. I can't wait to see U ratio pulled out.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for X to do it, man.
Yep. I think, who is it that pulls it on the side, on the other side?
Luster.
Luster's at Luster? Okay. So
Yeah, I've seen Luster pull it a couple times. There's been a couple situations where he's pulled out, tried to make it work. He just hasn't been able to come up with anything with it. So I'm curious to see if he's going to try again. Speaking of Luster, he just got wrecked there by Reckles as he pops around the corner at the SA-58. Just like, boom. Just pulled it out. Boom. He's out of there. Sunday pulling out the HK. I think for the first time in the series. Five men alive here on the T side. Luster had been dropped early on, so only 4 alive here on the CTs. X gonna peek around the corner, trying to avoid those frag grenades. Kind of in a difficult spot here. Firing, blinded, and there's a smoke. Or is there a smoke grenade in front of you? I couldn't see. I was waiting for the.
I think it's.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it
I
is.
thought I was blocking his line of sight. It's not actually. Sonny gonna open up, put down X with that HK. Quickly traded out though by Kaz. Morningstar catching him off guard, blinding him as he pops around the corner.
Ooh, okay. A social. All right, somebody smokes, but a social might have been able to get a at least frag. All right, that was kind of nasty. That was kind of. That's nice little burst to the face there. But what I was gonna say is because of the utilization of those smokes and how they're seemingly placed in random spots for some of them, you could have seen a social pushed up towards this Humvee over here and probably at least picked up one, because there was one player that was shooting towards long over there where B was, completely unaware, and a social just, you know, trigger discipline at that point was poor, opted to take a whole clip basically almost and dump it, and then got immediately killed by the person who was pushing to his right. So it's one of those things where maybe if you were a little bit, not necessarily quieter, but just a little bit more, you know, paying attention, I guess is the best way to put it. Don't just pop, pop, pop every time you get the opportunity to, you know?
Know what you're saying? Minute 15 left here on the clock. Morningstar watching his concession stand. Sees a player pop across, giving away his location, hasn't tagged anybody, and X just comes through and gives it to him, man. Trapped there at the ratio. The guy was walking and shooting.
It's
He's
not
a
really
good
how
shot.
it goes.
Yeah, he's really a good shot. I love watching him work.
Oh,
no,
brother.
Oh, the flick right
Holy.
there. This is like a playground for him with all the angles to work. Bomb moving up here on the T side will be going down here on B. Reckles finds J. Remaining player is going to be Japan. Make a joke, but nah, not going to. 1 HP left alive on Japan. I think he's just going to go ahead and jump out of here. Try to save. Only 1,700 left in the bank. Got a decent weapon to work with. And some still 94 on the Kevlar side of things. I think it would be a good idea just to save.
1 HP
I
in
don't
a
know
dream.
where he's going to go. Still a good amount of time for them to hunt him down. They're definitely
At
hunting
that
him.
point, you just run.
Yeah.
Like,
they're
don't even
really
get into
going
the
for him.
altercation. Literally. We'll see, though.
Reach wins.
Maybe not. Maybe they didn't hunt.
He's going to stay
hard
alive,
enough.
man.
Yeah. Wow. Taking a quick peek at the scoreboard. Ping's relatively even. Actually, it's very even. Not really. Yeah, it's about the same for most players. Then we got Lucifer, Mr. Morningstar over here, 3 and 4. Reckless, 6 and 1. So the frag's definitely not favoring this side of Amplified, but still fairly early. We'll see if something comes up over here as the CTs are down a player now. This is now a full site A take 4v4 as a trade does come in. Reckless gets put down by Rocky. Bomb is down though. They haven't actually been able to plan it, even though they have full site control as well as smokes going down. Players are going down all around him. X picks up one, and Mr. Lucifer could not do a damn thing there. Gets taken down Luster, and Luster gets two. He's with the nade. Oh, this is an absolute bloodbath inside of A. He's trying to play. They've been trying to play it for the past like 20 seconds, unable to. And a social at 69 giga HP, seeing if he can do anything here and see a player. Oh, he did. He saw one. You saw one. The other player saw him. This is now, like I said, a 2 versus 2. Got to keep his left side a little bit open, I guess. Oh, the man! What? Sunday, you cannot miss that. You cannot miss that. Teammate does clean him up, but like, okay. 1 versus 2. He's gonna opt to try and rotate, I guess, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. And do they know? They do. Sunday, look at that. Look at that heads up play. Misses the first one, but ultimately, big brain coming from him, watching that cross just in case the enemy decided to rotate, and that's exactly what happened. Sunday and crew putting up another round on the board, getting themselves 2 endurances, 3.
There's Lester with that sniper rifle, opening up, putting down Reckles. He's gonna pop back around here, looking his metal detectors. X is all the way over in concessions. Sometimes you see that as well, as one person pulls a sniper rifle and you see that other sniper rotate to take on the other sniper. X is like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't gotta compare my scope size or anything. Minute 4 here on the clock.
Bro, what are these? Like, what are you doing? If you're gonna hold
Sniper
that, you
play is
gotta
fantastic.
do something. You gotta be better. I don't know what to tell you. Kaz trying to rotate? No, he's just watching their back. Oh, maybe no, they are. I think they're rotating. They said, "Hey, F this shit, I'm out." That's what he just said. Loki threw a smoke bomb down and says, "Hey, I'm chilling."
Do what you gotta do.
Yep. There was one there that just saw him off the cross. They know they're here. They know they're here. There's 2 on A at least. Opposing, and Rocky gets a 2-piece. 2 versus 2, 4 seconds left. He doesn't have time. He has to go for the frags. No time to plant. No time at all. What is it like Mr. Bond said? No time to die.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I was actually watching it yesterday. Didn't finish it. It's all right.
How is it?
It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I've heard. I've heard mixed things about it.
it's going. I mean, I'm enjoying it because I haven't seen a Bond film in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's all right. Like it's entertaining. We'll go with that. But it's so I don't know. It's all right.
Freckles firing a volley of shots. Doesn't look like he's gonna find anybody there through that smoke. T's all favoring this concession side here, trying to grab some Cheez-Its on the way down. Or maybe refill their shakers with G Fuel. You can use code esports mobile at checkout to save yourself some cash there. Whatever you're deciding to purchase. X watching back with sniper rifle. All tied up here.
Oh.
T's a little lower on cash here. Watching Luster rotate here. I'm waiting to hop on top of the police truck here. Now looking B long. I think it was just a T player I saw. Smoke grenade coming across. Luster trying to find him, and he is able to do that. He gets cause as the smoke comes right across there. Responds to the flashbang, and X, I don't know where he came from, but he makes Luster pay for his decision to just hang out up there on top of that truck. Japan connected some shots over there, but is not able to drop that T player, and Yuzuro is going to be the man there to drop it. T's with a much-needed win there just to kind of stay in this. If they hadn't won that, they were going to be, a couple players were definitely going to be on eco this round. Round number 8. But with that win, they're not going to have to worry about that eco round.
Yeah, it looks like almost everybody was able to full buy, or at least almost full buy. So should be more or less relatively even in terms of util as well as weapon play. for both sides. A is a side of choice. Kaz gets a nice opening two-piece, gets traded out immediately after, but does make the job of the players on A right now, his teammates, much easier as they're able to secure the entire site. As I say that, the Luster saying, hey homie, what are you doing over here? Catches Yazuro Lakin 3 versus 3. Japan gets tagged though, has a pistol in his hand. I don't know what he's doing there, peeking after his teammate just peeks. Social peeks up one more. That's 3v1. T's have the advantage. Bombs down. Luster left with this very unfortunate situation. He's probably just trying to get some exit frags, and that's about it. One down. Two not able to become the reality, and that is a 3 to 5 round count in favor of Endurance. Almost able to clutch up that round. Well, maybe not clutch up, I'd say maybe get another frag as a consolation prize right there, another exit frag. But
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, that's what it is.
Man, already down here on the CT side. Luster gonna even that bond account board up by dropping Reckles.
Oh my goodness. This man walked into a room staring down the barrel of a sniper as well as another player with a Desert Eagle. Holy.
Bomb has been planted.
Bombs down, 1v1. Oh, did you see him? I don't think he saw him. He's got to push up now if he wants to get something done, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. Gets tagged. Kaz is at 11 HP. Has to play his time now. Doesn't matter. Oh, Kaz, what are you doing?
Hesitation. It's like he peeked out and was gonna go back. I don't know what he.
Kaz, you're okay. I can't even speak. You're 11 HP. You just play time. That's all you had to do. You had the bomb. You had the line of sight. I don't know what else to say. That was just a blunder. Kaz fumbling the bag hard right there. Yeah. Stuff happens, but it sucks when you see it happen.
Oh, definitely.
I thought it was in the bag. Guess not. All right, Kaz, again, what are you doing? Homie, you just walked right through.
Rex a little pre-fire action as he pops through there. Flashbang going out should give him the confidence to go ahead and push in now. Flashbang coming over the head of Reckles, gonna put him in the corner.
Oh.
I thought they were somebody there, maybe not. Oh, that frag grenade to finish him off.
Well placed. Traded. This is gonna be nigh impossible for a social though. 4v1 has bomb. Is on a site, I guess, just not fully there, I guess. But I don't know. He's opting to just wait for the frags to hopefully come to him.
Coalition wins.
And just like that, bop bop, 5-5, all tied up. Quick peek at the scoreboard. We got Luster at 10-8, Rocky at 10-7, Sunday 5-7, Morningstar 5-10, Japan 2-7. A social on the other side of things 9-8, Kaz as well 9-8, Reckless 8-6, X at 7-5, and Yazuru at 6 and 5. So Reckless definitely not dropping a 30 bomb this time around, at least from what it looks like.
Whoa.
What?
Coalition wins.
Where did that come from?
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
That was unexpected.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like one of those things where you just put a question mark and just question mark in the chat. Like what? What just happened?
GG's.
Yeah. Playing some ball here, some hot scotch maybe.
No
just
kidding.
just trying to check those nades.
I mean, it could be 6 and 6 again going to the flip. It's so close. Oh man, X just missing that shot. It's makes a good decision though to just get out of there. Not try to take the shot again. Oh wow, where did Sunday come from? Sunday's in T spawn?
Oh, they're just mowing through them.
Coalition wins.
It was like a flip, a switch was just flipped. The
Yep.
last couple rounds just really, really quickly going over in favor of Amplified.
Running through the 6 with their U ratio. Holy. All right, let's go, fam squad. We got this. We got this. One more, not round, one more side, and then we will have the team that will be advancing to the Embers of Victory semifinals. EU SA, or rather not SA, EU Asia. Neox is guessing 13-11. 13-11 to which team, though? We got to know which team. Let us know your predictions, chat. Vote in the poll, and or let us know in the live chat or in the comment section who you think is going to take this W in this final map. Grounded, Endurance, or Amplified. And maybe round count as well. 3-1 player count, though, and that is, well, 8 rounds in favor of Amplified now. Looking as if they might just be pulling away after the flip. Maybe. Usually we get a couple rounds towards one team and then the other team picks up a couple rounds after. But when it's 8-5, if you can find that stride and keep it, even if you lose a round or two after the initial rounds, you're still up 8-5 right now. So use that. Some noise being made over here towards A. Reckless picks up a nice 2-piece. Both to the noggin. Holy. 7 HP though. That's definitely in need of some holy intervention right here. Divine intervention. XO down, or rather X down and out for the count. Kaz at 10 HP. Put the revolver in his hands. Someone's planting bomb. Someone's trying to plant bomb. There we go. Bombs down on A. 3v2. Sight is not in their favor, and this is something that I don't like to do, even though let's say I do a little bit more often than I should, is plant when oh, that was a valiant effort by Mr. Luster. But basically what I'm trying to say is try not to plant when you have a player deficit, especially when the site is not under your full control. You may have some of it, but as you saw there, not enough. You want to try at least to get it down to an even 2-2 or 3-3 or whatever it is before you plant. Or at the very least, have the ability to get that trade there and then so that it is even or in your favor. If you're at a deficit, it's very tough to get that plant. down and maintain that site, because of course you have one player less than the opposing team.
Yep.
Japan getting first blood. Morningstar gets another. This is now a 6 rounds to 8. Amplified have the 2-round lead, but Endurance not down and out for the count quite yet. They do have 3 players to their name as opposed to Amplified's 5. Kaz just checking here, going back and forth, seeing what's up. Bluster getting a nice frag right there, and trying to get for a 2-piece. That is Sunday, not able to do so, but Morningstar is. This is now 5v1, bombs going down, and this is going to be a T-sided win. And there you go, 6-9 giggity in the leader or the scoreboard. Amplified 9, Endurance 6.
Where'd it come out?
It looks like we got a couple players saying Amplified going to take it. 1311 says Guideline, and let's see one more over here. Who says? All right, we got two more people saying Amp 13 to 10, and then one player is also saying 1311. He's going with Endurance rather. Interesting. So a couple people going back and forth. More players or more people obviously have responded, but can't take away too much from the gameplay. Japan starting off with that nice little bullet to the noggin. Endurance yet again starting off short-handed, and this is something I've seen for the past couple rounds. They end up starting short-handed. First blood goes in the other team's favor, and the round just kind of crumbles. Look at this. Round's crumbling. You can't lose that first play. First bloods are incredibly important. If you lose those, or if you are first blooded early on, then that's one big open gap that the enemy can exploit. If it's later on in the round, it's still rough, but it doesn't have as much of an impact because the round has already been played out more. The fields are already out. It's not like you're already putting the fields out. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no.
One v
1v1
one.
here.
Coalition wins.
And the clock just runs out.
Scoreboard's more or less the same. Maybe a little bit towards the bottom, but more or less.
Yeah, Yozora over there with a little bit more of a negative KD on the bottom compared to the bottom of Amplified, but it seemed like he was having FPS issues earlier. I don't know if he still is. Just a message he dropped. He was saying he needed to rejoin because there's FPS issues. I don't know if he's still having those or not. Hopefully not.
Oh, Kaz.
Did you see that?
Yep.
Oh,
Kaz just got
mean.
sent into another dimension.
Amplified is just, they're amped up and ready to go. It's like the last few, right before the flip, the last couple rounds, like that switch was flipped, and it seems like a different team almost.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the same team, they're just a little more amped up. I don't know.
But
3v2 here, 2 live on the CTs, 3 up on the Ts. Where did X come from? No way.
this man.
No way. He just comes out and no problem. He just starts pre-firing glass, and the guy walks into his. What?
Thanks.
Like a. Moving towards his A side, grenade going out, bomb trying to push in here. Kaz doubled up, getting to, I think it back to X, getting to third there. Morningstar and Luster coming over behind, going to eliminate both X and Kaz respectively. A social dropping down Morningstar. It's Luster all left alone here on the site to plant that bomb. Only got a Deagle in hand, though. Needs to try to pick up this AUG here. He's going to be able to do it. 12 rounds in the magazine. It's enough to get a kill, but needs to be careful. I was going to say, if he came across two guys, it was going to be difficult. It is indeed. Yazuro drops him, and the bomb is going to be defused here by the T's, tying it all up 9-9. The lead that had been created, now obliterated.
Bomb has been defused.
Endurance coming back into it. Just need to get some G Fuel, it looked like. Yeah, I know how it is. Feeling a little tired, need to get some more energy. Gotta do what you gotta do. Code Esports Mobile will save you some cha-ching at checkout. Coming here into this round number 19. Trying to do some quick maths here. Believe that is the case. Reckles set up here with the sniper rifle, watching his metal detector is gonna just drop Rocky. Japan is there. I think Reckles makes a good decision to go ahead and get out of there. Gonna be difficult to contend against him with the angle he had. Luster also has a sniper pulled out. Seems like X is on the AUG. Has wanted to switch it up here. Didn't like just playing the ratio all game long. Wanted to change things up a little bit. 3v3 for each teams here. Make that 3v2. Two alive now on the T side as Reckles drops Luster with that ratio, and Morningstar isn't in a great situation either. Only 23 HP. Bomb carrier is right behind it. We're actually going to see an altercation here between him and Reckles. Reckles is going to lose it. Here comes X coming around from a site. It's all up to him, and it's 1 versus 2. X has got an SG in hand. 1, no problem. Looking for that second. Sees him on the right. Morningstar tries to pop up, but X just has a better shot. He pops his top like soda pop. And it's 10-9. The lead has been given over here to Endurance. Timing. No kidding, man. Last couple rounds, X really helping his team. I think that's a good decision for him to get off the sniper rifle and go ahead and switch up to a more conventional AR like the SG. Gonna see an altercation between X and these T players as I push outside of storage here. Smoke grenade is out. So X a little bit pre-fired. Not connecting anybody. Gonna decide to pop that reload. Zero open it up, finding Morningstar. Luster pushing here. Thought he was about to push in towards B long. Decides not to. Stays inside of concessions. Jumping back and forth. See if we can find an angle. 4v4 here on the body count board for both teams. Really taking their time here. Zero tagged that player as he jumped through and over the door. Trying to bait him out here. Yuzuru needs to get out of this. He's not in a great spot. That frag coming in clutch is going to drop one. I believe there's still one in there. Pops the reload. He's going to come back.
Coalition wins.
GTs making the comeback.
11-9 round count. Yeah, comeback looking like it's gonna be happening right now, Jake.
I don't want to speak too soon because it seems like one team takes the lead and it's like, oh dang, that like they're looking good. They're turned on. They're ready. This is it. And then just obliterated. The other team wakes up, comes on back, ties it up. But I don't know. X on this SG is mean, man. He really is. Ooh. Sunday's able to grab a shot there. Look at that's 3 guys already for X this round.
Coalition wins.
And it's match point, and I gotta say, I think Endurance. Yeah, no, 3 to 4 years ago was dying. Yeah, I know, right?
Just because the game is dead to you doesn't mean the game is dead. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've been saying that for what, 3 to 4 years?
yeah, exactly.
Seriously. It's definitely has drawn some of its ideas from CS:GO, Nick. But it isn't 1-to-1. It is really an amazing game. Definitely recommend checking it out, whether you're on the Google Play side of things or the Apple side of things. It's a fantastic game.
Yes, sir.
Match point here, and the CTs know it. I love being match point on the CT side. Just kind of chill. You know, it is what it is. We'll play. Ooh, some deja vu once again. It's like you had everything in the bag on the CT side, and all of a sudden, just boom, the T's come out wacky on the head. X staying alive. You're trying to go for the other one. Oh my gosh, no way he gets both. He doesn't. Luster is gonna drop. It might be a little bit of a personal vendetta there against X. I know Luster and him were battling out a little bit with sniper rifles earlier. 2 men now alive on the CT side. What looked like it was going to be a fairly easy round for the CTs has turned into a nail biter. Bomb being planted here. 34 seconds on the clock. Now that bomb has been planted. Got 30 seconds to work with. No time to waste. Reckles moving over. Sniper rifle in hand. And teammate Yuzuro thinking about picking up the SG. He does indeed. See somebody baggage cart and is able to grab him. Wow. He hesitated there for a second too. Reckles finding the kill with the frag grenade. Unbelievable. Looks like they're about to retake the site. Japan down at 24 HP. He just has to work this angle right. He did, but Yuzuro has the better shots. And it's going to be round win here for Endurance. What happens? Everybody on the T side left, and then they didn't get the bomb defuse. I guess it would be a victory to the CTs anyways.
Yeah. Indeed.
Wow.
Endurance, though. Enduring the hardship.
Endurance. Indeed, they did. What was it? Was it 7-9 amplified lead?
I believe it was 7-9, yeah.
Was leading. Yeah, 7-9 was leading, and then just came back. No problem. 6 rounds, won.
Yeah. Bam, bam. Well played, both teams, but ultimately Endurance squeaking it out ever so slightly. And like we mentioned, Jake, it was anyone's game, really. It was just that switch that flipped, and Endurance pulling out that clutch W. Well played. They will be advancing to the EU Asia Finals for the Critical Ops Embers of Victory tournament, brought to you by Mobile Esports, G Fuel Energy Formula, and Critical Force. GG's, folks. We do have another matchup coming for y'all soon. Appreciate you tuning in. GG's all around, folks. We'll catch you guys in just a quick moment. If you're looking for some G Fuel, maybe a hat, tub, shaker, energy crystals, or anything in between, please make sure to go check out gfuel.com for their great assortment. All you got to do is add something to your cart, make sure that it's something that you want to give it a try or something that you've already had, check out. Then fill in some of these details right here. Some of them are, of course, our code esportsmobile for 10% off anything and everything on gfuel.com. That code again is esportsmobile. In this case, you get 30% off. Use your payment method of choice. Go ahead and follow the on-screen prompts, and there you go. That's it. That's all you got to do to complete your G Fuel order. Make sure you use our code esportsmobile for 10% off. In this case, 30% off your order. Thank you very much. Take it easy. Peace, please. Alrighty, folks, we are back. Quick update. So I misspoke earlier. I apologize. We will actually be having our next matchup. That will be tomorrow. Time will be posted in our socials. So go ahead and stay tuned. Apologies. Like I said, I misspoke. And yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Time will be to be determined, but it will be sometime in the evening EST.
Yep.
And yeah. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you very much for tuning in and joining us, folks. And we really genuinely do appreciate your support and patience. Thank you, folks. GG's all around. Catch you in the next one. Peace, peace.
Peace.